Okay, welcome to part 3 of the Planetary infrastructure tutorials. In this section we're going to be dealing with routing from storage to a planetary processor for turning heavy metals into a basic industry commodity, which is toxic metals. Okay, so first off, before we start, there's just a couple of little things I forgot to mention earlier. When you're routing products, you have a certain power and CPU usage. Now if we click on the commands, it shows the amount of CPU you have left available and the amount of power. Now you can extend this to a larger amount by upgrading your command center, which we will do now. You click on the upgrade button. Now I've got all my skills trained to level 5, so I could upgrade it all the way to level 5, but just say you've only got your skills trained to level 2. So we'll upgrade it to level 2. You can see the CPU and the power amount has gone up here a little bit more. So what we'll do is, and it's going to cost you 580,000 ISK to do this upgrade. So click upgrade. Okay, now we've got more power and more CPU available for putting in more line and more processors. So now that we've got that, press the submit button. Okay, now we'll put in a basic industry facility for processing our materials. And to do this, you click on Lava Basic Industry and put it fairly close to your storage facility. See, when you get too close it goes red, it means you can't put it there. Drop it down there, press the submit button. You don't have to press submit every time. You can do 4 or 5 different things and then press submit, but it's a good habit to get into. Okay, now we're going to set up a link from our storage facility to our basic processor. So like we did before, we click on the storage facility, we select the links, we go to create new link, and we just drag and drop the link on the processor and press submit. Okay, now let's have a look in storage. Okay, so it's done one cycle, which is 15 minutes, and let's have a look. Okay, there we go, we've got 2,166 units of heavy metals. So now what we're going to do is, before we create the route, we have to select the type of commodity that we want to turn this into. We do this by selecting the processor, the basic processor. Just click on it. Go to schematic. Now, we need to turn heavy metals into something that's compatible, and the only thing that's compatible with heavy metals is toxic metals. So we just go down the list here, select toxic metal, press the install button, and now we press submit. Okay, now we can route from the storage facility into our processor. And we do this by selecting the storage facility, select storage, select your product, which is heavy metals, and go to create route. Now we have to select the destination and press create route. submit. Okay, now let's have a look and see what's happening. Now, our input for toxic metals is only 72%. So what that means is it has to get to 100% before it'll actually start its first cycle. And from that first cycle it will produce 20 units. So once another cycle of the extractor has gone through, it'll route more materials back to storage. And that will automatically route the remaining materials to here to make up 100% to start the first cycle. Now what we have to do is we have to route these materials that are being made to somewhere, otherwise it's the same as before. It'll produce the materials and they just won't go anywhere. So you have to route the finished product, which is toxic metals, back to your storage facility. So you click on them, click on Create Route. Now click your storage facility and Create Route and press Submit. Okay, and that's basically how you set up your first processor. You've just been taught the basics of routing and CPU and power control. The only other thing you'd really want to do when you have your skills trained up is put in a spaceport. Click Lava Launchpad. Put your spaceport down there and then create a route from storage create new to your spaceport and press the submit button. Okay, now when you've got enough product in here, you route that, or you expedite, do an expedite. Can't do because you don't have any product, but you would select the product and then select expedite transfer, and then you would select the launch pad and it'll transfer that product to the launch pad so you could launch it for pickup. Once you launch that, it will be deposited in the customs office which orbits the planet, which you will just then warp to and pick up. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial. We'll do some more advanced tutorials at a later date. Thanks for watching.